Hi, today I'm gonna show you guys on how to play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom game into your PC, and also this would be the latest version of Tears of the Kingdom, which is 1.1.0. So these are all the files you needed. You only need to have 4 of these files here that I have in my desktop, and also you will need to install an app called Ryujinx. So for those who are new and who do not know, Ryujinx Emulator is an application that will enable you to play Nintendo Switch games into your PC as long as you have all of these files here installed in Ryujinx. So I'm gonna be hovering down here and show you guys that I have Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and it is the latest version 1.1.0, and it is in an XCI file type, and it's a 16 GB file size. So you will certainly need a Ryujinx Emulator to play this game. So I'm gonna show you first where to get Ryujinx Emulator. To do this, just open up a browser and just type in Ryujinx Emulator and hit search. Ryujinx.org is their official website, so click on that. Now go to download. So if you're using Mac, be sure that you are using Mac OS 11 or later version in order for you to install Ryujinx. And if you're from Linux, you can get the installer here. And if you're from Windows, just like me, you can get the installer here. So the download and installation process is really easy to do, and it's really straightforward. So I'm just going to skip on this part because I have already installed Ryujinx. So I just showed you guys the official way to where to get Ryujinx, and be sure that you will only get Ryujinx from this site. So I'm just going to minimize this now. And I'm going to assume that you have already installed Ryujinx Emulator. So if this is your first installation of Ryujinx, be sure to run it now, boot it up, and you'll be met with certain errors saying that you will need some certain files installed into your Ryujinx Emulator in order for it to play Switch games. So what are those files? Those files are these 4 files here. So the first 2 files are the firmware from the Switch and the keys from the Switch. Both should be in version 6.0.2 in order for it to run and play Tears of the Kingdom game. And the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom should be in XCI or NSP file format in order for Ryujinx to detect that game. So if you're asking me where to get all of these files, the only legal way to do this is that you own a Nintendo Switch console and that you have modded it and have installed a custom firmware in it. Because if it has a custom firmware, that means that you are capable of accessing the Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on that, just copy all of the firmware files and the keys files from the Switch into your PC. So in order for you to get The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, there's no other way around this, but you should purchase the game, own the game legally, and that you can now digitally back up that game into an XCI file format or NSP file format, just like mine here. So if you don't have a Switch but wants to play this game, or if you have a Switch but don't know how to mod or install a console but still wants to play this game into your PC, so I'm just going to save you the hassle and teach you where to get all of these files. So in order for you to get all of these files here, I'm just going to leave a QR code here in the screen wherein you can scan it with your QR code reader into your mobile phone so that you will be redirected to the page wherein you can get all of these files. So once you are in the page, be sure that you hover down into the middle part of the website so that you'll get the XCI file format of the Tears of the Kingdom game. And once you have done that, all you have to do is just hover down a little bit, and in the bottom part you will see that you can get the firmware and the keys files from the Switch to your PC. So I'm going to assume that you are downloading all of these files here to your phone, so just transfer them into your PC using a USB cable, assuming that you're using an Android device. So I'm going to assume that you have already copied and have those files into your PC now, so it's time to install them into Ryujinx. To do this, just go to Ryujinx, go to File, open Ryujinx folder, and then open System folder here. And all you have to do is just open the keys zip file here and just copy and paste the product keys and title keys here into this folder. This folder should be empty because it's your first installation. Now close in that. Now it's time to install the Switch firmware. To do this, just go to Tools, go to Install a firmware from XCI or zip file, click on that and locate the firmware file. And once done, hit Open. And it will say that we'll have to install the firmware version. Hit Yes, and it will say successfully installed. Now your system version should be the same as the firmware version of the Switch. And also, your Switch games will now be detected and it will show their game icons. So if you see that there is a game icon that is blank or black, that means you're using an outdated firmware or an outdated key. So be sure to follow all the steps that I've shown you in this video tutorial so that you'll get only the latest files. So what's the next step now? The next step now is to optimize regions so that you'll be able to play Tears of the Kingdom optimized and fully playable. So now go to options, go to settings, and in this part, just be sure to pause the video and copy every setting that you see from here. So the game directories could be anywhere into your PC as long as you know where you put your Switch games. And your Switch games should be in XEI or NSP file format so that regions will be able to tag that. Now go to input, go to player 1 and configure. Be sure that you use a controller rather than a mouse and keyboard because we all know that playing Switch games is such a hassle if you're using mouse and keyboard. You can also connect your PlayStation or Xbox controller here and you just map them up according to your liking. And the depth zone should be in both left and right sticks should be in 0.20% so that there'll be no drifting into your playthroughs. And once done, hit save. Now go to system, just pause the video again and copy every setting that you see from here. Now I'm going to go to the graphics tab now. This is the most important part. Graphics backend multi-threading should be on. Graphics backend API should be Vulkan. Your preferred GPU is your dedicated graphics card. The enhancements is that you enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale should be in 2x resolution so that the game will look much sharper and much more beautiful than the native resolution of the Switch. But if your PC cannot handle that, then just revert back to the native resolution of the Switch. But for me, 2x resolution is the best. Now post-processing effects should be none. Upscale should be linear, anisotropic filtering should be auto, and aspect ratio should be in 16:9. Now, if your PC can handle higher resolution scale, then you can play it in 4K resolution here. So just change it. Okay, so once done, hit apply and save. Now your regions emulator is now fully capable and optimized to run Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and all of the previously released Switch games into your PC. So, a little bit of disclaimer, I'm going to show you guys a gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom running into my PC because we all know that Nintendo is really strict on this kind of content and they don't want it to be shown on the internet or in YouTube. So, if I showed you guys the gameplay that Tears of the Kingdom is running to my PC using Region Simulator, then my channel will be in trouble. It might be taken down and my videos will be taken down. So, I hope you guys do understand on that part so that I cannot show you a gameplay. But I am willing to compromise a little bit and show you guys a little bit of boot up in the title screen so that there is proof that my video tutorial is working and that the Tears of the Kingdom is running quite well in my PC now. So I'm just gonna blur the screen from here on out so that Nintendo will not be able to hit me with any of their copyright strike into my videos and into my channel. And again, please do understand. I'm just gonna stop the emulation from there. So now I am in the title screen and the game is running quite well. So I'm just going to stop the emulation here. And as long as you follow all the steps that I have shown you in this video tutorial, then you'll be able to get all of these 4 files here, run and optimize it in Regions Emulator, and then you'll be able to play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom with no issues at all. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. Subscribe to my channel, this will help me out. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye for now.